Welcome to MINDSHOCK. This is your host, Bruce McGuire, and today we are tackling the most 80s movie ever. This is going to be really tough. There are so many 80s movies that just embody everything about the 80s. We're going to try to pick the one that is the most 80s out of all of the 80s movies. A tall task, but we will attempt to get it done here on MINDSHOCK. If you want to help support the podcast, you can donate to our PayPal. Just check the link in the description. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you're not getting notifications, you can become a free patron on Patreon or a paid patron. You get free updates through there. And patrons do get priority for case topological analysis, co-podcast, or requests. You can also be a guest in the podcast depending on your tier. Questions, comments, theories, thoughts, suggestions, rebuttals, debunkings of any kind. Leave them in the comment section, or if you are with us here live in the live chat, I'll try to get to each and every one of them. And you can also support the channel by becoming a YouTube member right here on YouTube. Alright, so we're going to be watching a lot of trailers tonight for all of these contenders for the most 80s movie ever. Now, I don't really want to dive too deep into the horror movies, obviously the 80s slashers, just because it's almost like they're their own unique genre. So to embody the vibe of the 80s, technically a lot of those slashers, they don't really embody the vibe of the 80s. Like the Friday the 13th movies, I mean, they're more like camping style. Like it's its own subcategory. Like I'm talking pop culture phenomenons, where it really, just for everything from the music to the fashion of just everyday life in the 80s. So that's what we will be doing. So again, like we could possibly examine some of the action movies if there's kind of pop culture crossover. But yeah, no, we're going full 80s here. And you'll know what I mean in a moment when we start going through some of these trailers, because there's a lot of people in the chat are saying Terminator, First Blood. I mean, they're 80s-ish, but compared to some of these other 80s movies, they really don't embody the everyday walking around in the 80s style, like the lifestyle of the 80s. So that's what we're going to be after. Like, I guess another way to put it is more like mainstream. Maybe not necessarily mainstream. Either mainstream or semi-mainstream kind of pop culture-ish 80s. That's what we will be, that's what we'll be doing. Let me just set this up. Because we have a lot to examine, and then obviously brownie points for anybody who's going to guess my pick for the most 80s movie ever. In my opinion, it's kind of a no contest. I mean, it's going to be tough to argue. I mean, if anybody in the chat can argue it, that's fine. Obviously, we'll get to it last. I mean, we'll go through what I consider the contenders and what are commonly referred to as contenders for most 80s movies. And then we'll get to my top picks. So, let me just set these up here. Okay. Okay, so... there's one more movie I forgot that I gotta get the trailer for here, and then we'll start rolling. Actually, I might start with this one, because I don't think anybody's gonna pick this particular film for the most 80s movie, but it really is very, very 80s. I have a soft spot for this movie just because it was on TV all the time, and I've just seen it so many times. There's just something about it. And then there are some mainstream movies like Karate Kid and crap like that. I'm not going to be... those are not even contenders. I can't watch that trash. Obviously, it's very 80s, but if it's just complete and utter gutter trash, I'm not gonna be bringing it up as a contender unless somebody wants to make a case for it. I mean, I don't want to be dogmatic. If somebody can make a really good case for it, we can go over the Karate Kid. It's just Ralph Macchio, what a goof. What a goof. Alright, yeah. So I'm gonna start off with a bang here. This movie is very, 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 very 80s. I'm just going to catch up with the chat here, and then we'll dive into all these trailers. Obviously, there's going to be more fair use in this podcast than any other. All fair use, all the time here on MINDSHOCK. All right, so yeah, we got quite a few. Actually, wow, I think I forgot one more. Yeah, we got a few in the chat that I'm saying I'm going to be bringing up. Yeah, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. That is a favorite of many. That has a very, very 80s vibe. Strong contender there. Caddyshack, I believe. Was that 79? I think. Was that 79 or 80? Oh, wow. Caddyshack was actually 1980. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of that movie. And it came out in 1980. Not that we can't, obviously we're going over 80s, but 1980 and even 81, those years really didn't embody the spirit of the 80s. They was a little bit closer to the 70s, just like 90, 91. We're kind of like the late 80s, you know, not really too distinct. I'm just not a fan of the film. I know some people might think it's blasphemous, but I just didn't really find it funny. I found it very dry and boring. Chevy Chase, I'm kind of, I'm 50-50. Some of the movies I can stomach him. Vacation movies, pretty good. But, yeah, Caddyshack, I will not be including, unless, of course, somebody really wants to make a case for it. Yeah, we got Ferris Bueller here. Alright, so let's, the Golden Child. Wow, Justin Johnson. I forgot all about the existence of the movie The Golden Child. Wow, let's add that to the rotation. I think that warrants it. That is quite 80s. Oh man, that's another movie that was always on TV. I haven't seen it since it was on TV in probably would that be the early 90s, early mid 90s. It was on TV all the time. Let's start off here with my pick, just to get, not my ultimate pick, but my pick just to set the stage here. More of an honorable mention category. Just to get the vibe going. Alright, so... Okay. Everybody all set and strapped in, so this is going to set the stage here for what we're working with.
It's the ultimate soldier.
It doesn't get happy, it doesn't get sad, it doesn't laugh at your jokes.
It is quite simply the most sophisticated robot on Earth.
At Nova Robotics, the future is in good hands.
You're doing real good. Just keep working on those last 2 bars.
Thanks to Dr. Newton Crosby.
Originally, I designed it as a marital aid.
But artificial intelligence has gotten too smart.
It's malfunctioning. It might not do anything.
But it could decide to blow away anything that moves, couldn't it?
Because $11 million worth of robot just hit the road.
Wow!
Number 5 is alive.
Welcome to my planet.
You just have to find number 5, get some answers.
Why don't you come on in my house?
And it's got a lot of living to do.
Whatever it takes to put that stupid contraption out of commission, that's what you do.
Need input.
Haven't had enough of this stuff.
More input. More input.
And they can seem quite lifelike, but they are still machines.
Number 5 is alive.
Nice software.
How it happens, who knows, but it has happened.
A new comedy adventure from John Badham, the director of War Games.
They're gonna be after you. We gotta get out of here now.
He's alive!
Ali Sheedy, Steve Gutenberg, and Number 5,
Beautiful.
Short Circuit.
I am alive.
That is quite the 80s movie, is it not? A lot of people like E.T. I'm not going to put E.T. on here. But I thought Short Circuit was quite 80s. Oh, man. Anybody seen Short Circuit? This is quite the 80s film. Also, I don't want to really include too many, like, fantasy films or horror movies. I mean, we could, or even action movies, unless it really, really has that pop culture 80s vibe. That's what this is all about. Yeah, War Games is kind of iffy, too. I mean, it's pretty 80s, but... So, yeah, any fans of Short Circuit here? Yeah, also 80s films that were set, like Stand By Me, 80s films that were set in earlier decades, I'm not going to include those either, because they're not really capturing the atmosphere of the actual 80s. Court of Public Opinion says, it was all about the hair, Bruce. If our hair didn't poke your eye out, we needed more spray. Yeah, there's a lot of good movies from the 80s, but we're going here just what captured the spirit, the vibe, everything from the music, the fashion, the dancing, etc. Just what it was like to be alive in the 80s. So the warm-up here was Short Circuit, and now we're going to move on to... Let's do the Golden Child, because I hadn't even thought about that. That was a good suggestion. Let's see what the Golden Child looks like in the trailer, because I haven't seen the movie or the trailer in decades.
Eddie Murphy is back. But this time, he's looking for a missing child, a golden child.
This child is special, Mr. Giroux. His destiny is to save the world.
And it's your destiny to seek some serious psychiatric help.
That's pretty funny. Just the delivery there. It was just so nonchalant. So matter of fact. Oh man, what kind of... Is that a do-rag? The heck is he wearing? Wow. That's funny. Yeah, I don't want to include specifically Christmas movies either, because that's more of a holiday vibe. This is just mostly non-holiday 80s.
Came to ask you boys a couple of questions.
By the time he finds you, it will be too late.
Hey. In my pocket, it's a whole thing of Tic Tacs. Take as many as you like, please.
I could destroy you, just like that.
Just like that. Mwah, you're wonderful. Nobody be alarmed. I'm Ma'am Chandler Jarrow, American Stolen Artifacts Founders of America.
He was irresponsible.
A bed? Is that a bed?
He is a careless, thoughtless, undisciplined fool.
I should be punished. I should be purged. I should be flogged.
You are the chosen one. You will find the child.
Well, I do my best. I'm so afraid of the dark, too.
I really don't like your attitude.
You know, this is a nice jacket. It's a Morris Day feel, and it looks good on you. And the boots, smoking.
He's got a firm grip on reality. Where he's going, he'll need it.
How'd you do that? What was that with the flip?
You must carry this glass of water without spilling a drop.
Who are you, Monty Hall now?
This is a piece of cake.
Eddie Murphy is the chosen one.
Well, how many people have survived this test?
None. The golden child.
None!
And that's a blast from the past. Man, I haven't seen that movie in a really long time. Oh, man. So, Court of Public Opinion says, yes, that is a do-rag. When's the last time do people still wear do-rags? I remember them from the 90s, maybe around 2000, early 2000s. I haven't seen anybody wearing a do-rag, I think, in quite some time. Alright. So, Court of Public Opinion says, my son still wears them. Oh, that's funny. Alright. Well, let's continue here. And people in the chat so far, you can kind of, I guess, we got a lot to go through here, so you can kind of list what you think the current winner is for the most 80s movies of the trailers I've played so far.
So your folks are going out of town. So your folks are going out of town.
Just use your best judgment. You know we trust you.
You got the place all to yourself?
A good time, Joe. In the privacy of your own home.
Just take those old records off the shelf.
That's her. She's fantastic. Yeah.
I sit and listen to them by myself.
Now, of course, this is a favorite of many, Risky Business. And this is also supposedly one of the top movies to demonstrate the Mandela effect. Was he really dancing with the sunglasses? You'll have to wait for the Mandela Effect podcast to see if there's any residue or evidence of that actually being the original scene.
Have a good time last night?
I had a great time.
Today's music ain't got the same soul.
You ever get high, Joe.
Don't let me do anything stupid.
Don't worry.
Who's the U-boat commander?
I don't remember giving permission for a party, Joe.
A party?
I've got a trig midterm tomorrow, and I'm being chased by Guido, the killer pimp.
Doesn't anyone want to accomplish anything, or do we just want to make money?
Make money. Make a lot of money.
There's a time for playing it safe. And a time for risky business.
Risky Business is pretty 80s. Nobody thinks Risky Business is the most 80s movie? Trying to remember the first time I saw it. I really don't remember. That train scene was pretty crazy though, wasn't it? Alright. Let's keep going here. Again, let's try to stay focused here. Movies that are set, that are historical, or period films, I'm not going to include them because they're not capturing the vibe of the 80s even though they were made in the 80s. Movies that are really, or like Platoon, or any of these movies that are based in Vietnam or whatever, that's a period war film. It's not, we're not talking about the greatest 80s movie, the greatest 80s movies. We're talking about the most 80s movie. The vibe of the 80s. That was also made in the 80s, representative of its time period. So, okay. Oh, Heracles breaking out the Breakin 2 Electric Boogaloo. Yes, that is on the list, of course. I mean, that's might be as 80 as it gets. I mean, that's definitely a finalist film here. That's definitely finalist film. So we're not doing fantasy. You guys being funny on purpose. We're not doing sci-fi fantasy film. We're not doing anything that's not set in the 80s. In the Western world here. Alright. Okay. So, alright, let's try to focus. Here's my next pick. And again, everybody can kind of put what the most 80s is of the trailers we watched so far, and then we'll have our top pick at the very end.
Before there was Casper.
Look! It's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Before there was Flubber.
Whoa!
Before there was Men in Black.
Hey, anybody see a ghost?
There were only...
What the hell are you doing?
The Ghostbusters.
The city is headed for a disaster of biblical proportion.
Fire and brimstone,
Earthquakes, volcanoes,
dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
Enough, I get the point.
Celebrate the 15th anniversary
We're gonna play Twister, we're gonna do some breakdancing.
of one of the funniest movies of all time.
What are you supposed to be, some kind of a cosmonaut?
No, we're exterminators. Somebody saw a cockroach up on 12.
Ghostbusters, the movie that scared us with spirits.
Generally, you don't see that kind of behavior in a major appliance.
Wowed us with gadgets.
Oh, nice shooting, Tex.
And covered us with slime.
He slimed me. I feel so funky.
Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Sigourney Weaver, Harold Ramis, Rick Moranis, Annie Potts, Ernie Hudson, in a film by Ivan Reitman.
You have been a participant in the biggest interdimensional crossrip since the Tunguska Blast of 1909.
Felt great.
Also available, the sequel to the runaway hit, Ghostbusters 2.
For the beautiful
Ghostbusters!
Ghostbusters 15th Anniversary Collector's Edition. Digitally remastered for the first time ever.
Yeah, so I wasn't a fan of any of these films, so call me crazy. A lot of people, yeah, Court of Public Opinion says When Harry Met Sally is more 80s than Ghostbusters. Yeah, probably. I mean, that's still not really that 80s, though. I mean, it almost feels like it was kind of a dry film. Like, I would have been surprised. Would you have been surprised if that was set in the 70s? I mean, wasn't it partially set in the 70s? Because their college days was in the 70s? I don't remember. Kill the bank in here. Dang, not sure on this one, the 80s. Yeah, I just wanted to include Ghostbusters just because a lot of people include Ghostbusters, but let's keep going here.
For 2,000 years, the sacred art of the ninja has been guarded in the East.
Remember the day I found you.
Now, it has come to the West.
Remember what is hidden deep in your mind.
He is the only soldier,
Date of birth unknown.
the only American
Who is he?
who is capable of defeating the secret Black Star Army. The mission to hijack a U.S. military arsenal.
Your destiny, my son, awaits you.
The adventure. The confrontation. The code.
I will honor the code, Father.
The invasion. The final hour. The deadliest art of the Orient is now in the hands of an American. American warrior.
That's actually the alternate title. This is American Ninja, with the one and only Michael Dudikoff. I think I wore this VHS tape out. I mean, what is more 80s than ninjas? Ninjas were all over the place in the 80s. Dennis Troll in the chat. Valley Girl and Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Yeah, those are definitely on the list. Actually, yeah, I mean, I could play them. Three Ninjas was 90s, pretty sure. Unless it was 89. I think it was like 93, maybe. Yeah, it seemed like early 90s. Yeah, I mean, American Ninja's pretty 80s. I wore this VHS out. Watched this movie way too many times. Alright, so Court of Public Opinion says, wasn't that from the 70s? Wait, which one? Alright, so yeah, I mean, so Fast Times is Flat Bob's #1 pick. Yeah, let's watch the Fast Times trailer. That's definitely a contender.
Universal Pictures presents everything you always wanted to do in high school with everyone you always wanted to do it with.
Hey, bud, let's party.
They're the students of Ridgemont High. Brad Hamilton, the fast food king.
I shall serve no fries before their time.
It says 100% guaranteed, you moron.
Mister, if you don't shut up, I'm gonna kick 100% of your ass.
Charles Jefferson, a man with a mission.
Oh, gnarly.
Linda Barrett, not exactly the girl next door.
Awesome. Totally awesome.
And Jeff surfs up Spicoli.
People on moods should not drive. That was my skull. I'm so wasted.
See Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
So, the reason Fast Times is not my #1 pick is because it was shot in 1981, and if somebody told you it was shot in late 79, you could probably believe it. I mean, it's not really that 80s. I mean, it's definitely like late 70s, early 80s-ish. This is not mid to late 80s vibe. A lot of the colorful 80s insanity was more, I would say, post-84. 84, 85, 86, 87 onward. So, I don't know if I could pick something from 81 or 82 as the most 80s movie ever. Like, if somebody told you this was shot in 79 instead of 81, would you doubt it? I mean, I don't know what kind of, if there are, you know, chronologically, like, what's going on here in terms of, like, the makes and models of all the cars and everything. But, yeah. So, but yeah, a lot of people like this one. Court of Public Opinion says Karate Kid. Karate Kid is very 80s, but I think that movie's gutter trash. So, I'm not going to include it unless somebody wants to make a really good case here. But, let's keep going here with these contenders.
This October, the greatest time-traveling adventure is back on the big screen.
You built a time machine? What of a DeLorean? Hey, fly! Hello?
Hey, Scott!
Marty McFly and Doc Brown return.
Wait, 21 gigawatts!
For a whole new generation.
Anything you do could have serious repercussions on future events.
Isn't he a dreamboat? You're my mom. Are you trying to tell me that my mother has got the hots for me?
In glorious cinematic digital quality for the first time ever.
My name is Darth Vader.
This is a big one, the one I've been waiting for all my life.
It's about time you saw
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future in cinemas October 2010.
This is a fun one. I wouldn't rank it #1 just because of all the time traveling stuff, so it doesn't, you know, it's not 80s enough, but, I mean, it's definitely very, very 80s. Let's, yeah, Les Xylophone with a great pick here. Stand and Deliver, which actually was on my list here of contenders, so let's take a look at this.
Stay awake as you're waking up. Wake up this morning, how are you? Bring toothpicks. You'll pinch open your eyes.
Can we talk about sex?
If we discuss sex, I have to give sexual homework.
I wouldn't do that if I was you. I'd lose a finger. I won't be able to count to 10.
At a tough school, someone had to take a stand, and someone did. Now the critics stand up and cheer for Stand and Deliver. Terrific, tremendous, gripping and compelling, more exciting than La Bamba. Almost gives a wonderful performance, declares Jack Kroll, Newsweek. Enormously inspiring and very rewarding. Almost gives the first great performance of the year. Jeffrey Lyons, sneak previews. And Pat Collins, WWOR-TV, says, stand up and cheer for a movie with heart. It's the Rocky of the classroom. Edward James Olmos.
Redhead.
Lou Diamond Phillips. Stand and Deliver.
The Rocky of the classroom. Yeah, Stand and Deliver was pretty easy, pretty 80s. I'm gonna say not 80s enough though, but yeah, that's definitely that should definitely be in here. Let's see. Somebody else posted something that I had on the list. Let's see. Oh, Truth Trollette with Weird Science. That is quite 80s. Let's do it. Let's take a look at this next.
You know, it's not a bad idea.
What?
Making a girl. Actually making a girl.
This is Wyatt and Gary.
I'd give her Wamdigus mammary glands.
Something's about to change their world. Something out of this world.
She's alive! Alive!
What would you little maniacs like to do first?
It's all in the name of science. Weird science.
If you want to be a party animal, you have to learn to live in the jungle.
Not us.
Not here.
No way.
She is turning their lives.
Trust me for once, will you?
What is going on?
Gary, I don't know. I don't know.
Their minds. And their house. Upside down.
It's seriously affecting your sex life.
It's completely unnatural.
Do you realize it's snowing in my room?
Totally unbelievable.
Dog, what's going on?
And definitely weird.
Hi, dudes.
They went from zeros to heroes in one fantastic weekend.
That's so good.
Universal Pictures presents a John Hughes film, Weird Science.
It's purely sexual.
That was definitely a very psyop-y movie. A lot of predictive programming and a lot of weird stuff in Weird Science. Oh, man. Les Xylophone's got a lot of good picks here. Breakfast Club and Heathers, those are on the list as well. Let's go through those.
It is now 7:06. You have exactly 8 hours and 54 minutes to ponder the error of your ways. Any questions?
Yeah. Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
A brain A beauty, a jock, a rebel, and a recluse.
Can't believe this is really happening to me.
Before this day is over, they'll break the rules.
Chicks cannot hold their smoke. That's what it is.
Bare their souls.
I'm a nymphomaniac.
Are your parents aware of this?
Take some chances.
Being bad feels pretty good, huh?
And touch each other in a way they never dreamed possible.
Why'd you do that?
Because I knew you wouldn't.
The Breakfast Club. They only met once,
I don't want to be alone anymore.
You don't have to be.
but it changed their lives forever.
I mean, I consider you guys my friends. I'm not wrong, am I?
Universal Pictures presents Emilio Estevez, Paul Gleason, Anthony Michael Hall, Judd Nelson, Molly Ringwald, and Ali Sheedy in a John Hughes film.
Why are you being so nice to me? Because you're letting me.
The Breakfast Club.
I would say this is the most 80s thus far. Thus far. Anybody think, so what does everybody think so far? I mean, we'll go to Heather's next, but so far I'd have to say that, that this is the most 80s so far. Oh man. Justin Johnson is breaking out The Wraith, which is probably one of my top 3 for most 80s. Alright, hold on. We'll go to Heather's and then The Wraith. And so far, everybody in the chat just drop, out of all the trailers we watched so far, drop what's the most 80s thus far.
Three blind mice, three blind mice.
Heather Chandler, Heather McNamara, Heather Duke, Veronica Sawyer.
Why are you such a mega brat? Because I can be.
The most powerful clique at Westerberg.
Not Veronica. Drool much?
Most people would die to get into it.
Heather #1 just looked right at me.
I'm worshipped Westerberg, and I'm only a junior.
Veronica would kill to get out of it.
You were nothing before you met me. You were a Girl Scout cookie.
JD has come to answer her prayers.
I'm a no-rest build-up man myself.
Well, kill her.
He's got a way with women. A way with words.
Is this as good for you as it is for me?
Life and sound.
And a very special way with a gun. Veronica can't live with him.
No!
I love my dead gay son.
And she can't live without him.
Does this turn out weak or what? I had at least 70 more people at my funeral. What?
Their meeting was destiny.
That knife is filthy!
What do you think I'm gonna do with it? Take out her tonsils? Ha!
Their love has a body count.
I loved you. I was coming up here to kill you.
That's it. We're breaking up. Young love.
Heather's, a killer comedy.
I'm gonna have to send my SAT scores to San Quentin instead of Stanford.
Was that supposed to be funny? Sending SAT scores to San Quentin instead of a college? I mean, that's not really funny. Why would a prison care about your SAT scores? Yeah, I mean, I would say Breakfast Club is definitely more 80s than Heather's, but it's up there. Alright, here's another one. Yeah, Justin Johnson agrees. Alright, wait till, for those not familiar with The Wraith, this might usurp The Breakfast Club. Let's take a look at this Wraith trailer for people who haven't seen it.
Why'd you stop me? What do you want? Well, let's just say it's pink.
Oh, God.
Forget it, pal. No way. I might forget it. I'm a nice guy. But them? They think the title to your car might be worth something.
Oh. I'm tweaking, dude.
Well, I guess I should have double-checked that, because for some reason this is listed as a trailer, but it's just this scene. Let me get the actual trailer. I thought I did double-check it, but... The Wraith is actually one of my favorite 80s movies. It's just such a crazy movie. The soundtrack, I think, really puts it in competition for the top slot for sure. Alright, I think I got it. Alright, this should be it. Yeah, I don't know why that was labeled a trailer. That's just, one of the first scenes. Alright, here's the actual trailer.
An evil force took his life. An unearthly power has brought him back. He is a phantom, a wraith, a cosmic spirit given another chance.
Are you new in town?
Yeah. Who's the kid?
I turned my back, and the next second he was there. Like magic, almost.
You ever seen one of those before?
Let's just add it to our collection.
There's a kid out there using his car to kill people. Not that it's such a big deal, since it seems to be your gang he's got it in for.
Hold on! Grab the shotgun, Mama Luca. A wraith, man! A ghost! An evil spirit, and it ain't cool!
What are you doing? Packard, stop!
Get in the car!
What are you doing, man? You
Get out of my face, Burger Boy! You wind up dead like your brother!
Hey! Who is that guy? I don't know. But whoever he was, he's weird and ticked off. I see his eyes, Loomis!
Who are you?
Who are you?
The Wraith. If you've done nothing wrong, you've got nothing to fear.
This trailer doesn't really do it justice. It's actually a really good movie. Also seen this one probably way too many times. I don't know. I think I might have to edge this. I might have this might also be my favorite Charlie Sheen movie. Actually, there's another Charlie Sheen movie on this list. Perhaps, I mean, in terms of theme, these are as drastically different as they get. But I believe released pretty close in time with each other. But I think I'm gonna have to go with the Wraith so far. I think I'm gonna have to go Wraith over Breakfast Club. Yeah, Kill the Bank. I said Dirty Dancing. That is 80s. That's on the list. Flat Bob with Pretty in Pink also on the list. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna have to edge. I'm gonna have to give the edge. Welcome Sarah. Nightshade Holloway. I think I'm gonna have to give the edge to the Wraith. Great Outdoors in the on the list as well. Is it just me, or back in the 80s, like from all these movies, it really seems like people just did whatever they wanted to, right? Like, you want a girl, they just picked up a girl that had, like, physically picked up and slung a girl over their shoulder at the diner, like this was medieval times or something. It's just so funny. In the 80s, people, is it just me, or like all these 80s movies make it seem like in the 80s you could just say and do whatever you want? Like, there was political correctness wasn't really a thing. People barely even respected the law, but just in terms of in terms of behavior, it's kind of like people just went around and did whatever they want. All right, what did I say we were gonna do next? Yeah, 16 Candles is up there too. All right, let's. I mean, there are way too many here, but let's try to get through all of them. Scott Hawkins, did you just get here? Short Circuit was actually the introductory trailer. It's not 80s enough, but it's really 80s. That was the first trailer I played.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. The Sound of Music. In the tradition of these great films about fighting back against the odds, 20th Century Fox presents another milestone in motion picture history. Revenge of the Nerds.
Nerds! Nerds? Nerds.
Nerds!
What is a nerd?
They've been laughed at, picked on,
There's a roommate, pal!
and put down.
I'm not kissing a nerd.
They don't have the moves or the muscle,
You know karate?
No.
Good.
but they've got the brains.
I know what we're gonna do.
It's time for the odd to get even.
Their action tonight demands an immediate retaliation.
How many cameras do we have left?
This should do it.
Oh, here she comes.
Go up, go up.
Oh, no.
That nerd saw me naked!
Are all nerds as good as you?
Revenge of the Nerds. Their time has come.
I drink to that.
I don't think anybody's mentioned this one so far, but this one was one of my favorites, actually. And I'm not really into these kinds of comedies, but for some reason I really liked this one. The sequels weren't quite as good, but all right, yeah, Justin, we discussed Caddyshack before as well. But yeah, for me, I mean, this is tough. We got, so far, I would say the top picks were Breakfast Club, The Wraith, and Revenge of the Nerds here. I mean, these are up there. I think I have to still lean. I would put, so this is my hierarchy. So far, I would have The Wraith number 1, Revenge of the Nerds number 2, and Breakfast Club 3 so far.
Does it ever feel like everyone's got more going than you do?
Oops.
That everyone is smart.
So you're Al Myers' kid.
Yes, I am.
You look pretty stupid to me.
Thank you.
You say the best skier in town just ran off with your girlfriend? Even your younger brother does better than you do? And that nobody even cares?
Zach broke up with me.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, you might be right. But remember one thing.
I haven't even been to New York City.
Nobody was ever better off dead.
The truth is, I can outski you any day of the week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you want a race? I'll take you on any day, sucker.
Go that way, really fast. If something gets in your way, turn.
All you need is guts.
All right! Now turn!
I'm gonna race, I'm gonna lose, and I'm gonna die, in that order.
Go!
And you'll never doubt yourself again.
He's skiing on one ski!
Better off dead.
That's a real shame when folks be throwing away a perfectly good white boy like that.
An abnormal look.
This might be my favorite Cusack movie. It's so great. Heracles says, one of my favorites, inspired words from a man who knows how to ski. Oh man, this is such a great movie. And the soundtrack's pretty phenomenal as well. Nightshade Holloway says, a real genius. That's definitely on the list.
I don't want to hear about any problems, Don. Just as long as we have a working weapon by the end of June.
I haven't had a working weapon since Korea.
When the military runs short on brains, they go hunting at Pacific Tech, an exclusive institution for outstanding intellects, where the superstar of smarts is Chris Knight.
You have a jacuzzi?
Absolutely.
His hobbies violate the laws of gravity.
What are you doing out there?
Floating, sir.
His homework could win a Nobel Prize.
He's one of the 10 finest minds in the country.
And his IQ is higher than most people can count.
I can't stand it. Have you ever seen a body like this before in your life?
She happens to be my daughter.
Oh, well, then I guess you have.
But when Chris makes the scientific discovery of the century,
you did it.
His classmates want the credit.
You're not number one around here anymore.
His professor wants the publicity.
Hi.
That's it. And the military wants to use his discovery as the ultimate weapon.
This is not good.
So Chris is about to turn getting even into a science.
Crossbow is on excavator, and all systems are go.
And show them.
Roger.
Open bomb bay doors.
They should never try to outsmart a real genius.
It's no longer lasing efficiently. It's not shutting down.
Shut it down.
Real genius.
Number one is a hard time in the making.
I wasn't really a fan of this movie. I don't know. Just, also didn't really seem 80s enough. I wasn't that entertained by it. I know a lot of people like it, though. Oh, man, so many. I mean, there's a few more Cusacks here, too.
Court doesn't go out. She's a brain.
Trapped in the body of a game show hostess.
We don't want to see you get hurt.
I want to get hurt.
Diane Court.
Hello, Diane. Hi, Lloyd Dalbert, sir. I'm an athlete, so I rarely drink. Kickboxing. I heard of kickboxing, sport of the future? I can see by your face, no. My point is you can relax because your daughter will be safe with me for the next 7 to 8 hours, sir.
Did you really come here with Lloyd Dobler?
Looking for a dare to be great situation.
I'm tough, Lloyd. I just can't have any social life right now.
We'll be antisocial.
What are your plans for the future?
Spend as much time possible with Diane.
No, really.
I'm totally and completely serious.
I decided not to sleep with him, but then I attacked him anyway.
Told your dad?
Gave her my heart and she gave me a pen.
Dude, where'd she dump you, man?
In the car.
Your car? Ditched in the valley.
Hey, Lloyd, someone's here to see you.
I need you.
You do?
John Cusack, Ione Sky, Say Anything.
Yeah, this is pretty 80s. You know what's kind of sad and bittersweet? Watching a lot of these young actors before they all went completely insane. MK Ultra or otherwise. I don't remember seeing Ione Sky in anything else, actually. What else did she do? Alright, we'll do a quick recap here. So far, this is so hard. I think I'm still gonna have to go with the Wraith. This is just so far out of the trailers played. It's not my top pick. I'm saving that for last. And I believe it's gonna be hard to argue. But I think I got Wraith, Revenge of the Nerds, Breakfast Club, and then Better Off Dead. Maybe. It's so hard. It's so difficult. So apparently Ione Sky actually did do a lot of stuff. She's still making stuff. She's been on some TV shows. Barons. 2022. Man, she looks completely different now. Wow. Okay, so... Okay. Actually, yeah, I want to see if she did anything else. Did she do anything else in the 80s? So there was... Say Anything... The Rachel Papers? 1989. If I remember correctly, that was quite 80s too, but I don't remember anything from that movie. And then she did Cityscapes, Mind Walk. Yeah, apparently she did I gotta catch up on some of these movies. Okay. So, like what I just said, it's kind of bittersweet seeing some of these young actors before they went completely insane. Oh, Truth Trollette. Nice pick with Big Trouble in Little China. Before we get to that, I'm going to bring up a couple movies here to illustrate the point about MK Ultra younger actors.
Andersons. Yes! They're all awaiting a big event.
For your information, this is exactly what I ate when I was pregnant with all of you.
But Les is excited about an even bigger event.
Less than 48 hours away, the people at the Department of Motor Vehicles are going to be handing you your license.
His reputation is riding on it.
Do you think there's any chance we could get it Saturday night?
Not a chance in hell, Dean. The date of a lifetime depends on it.
Mercedes Lane.
But it doesn't look good.
You failed.
He failed? Honey, what is wrong with you? Something.
Is this the end for Les Anderson?
I thought that we had a date tonight.
An innocent girl. A harmless drive. What could possibly go wrong?
See, license
Whoa,
to
whoa,
drive.
hold on. You gotta show him the rest.
Oh? Oh, okay. Les knew that he could regret it.
This is it.
I'm up. He knew he might be sorry.
Aren't you drinking rather heavily? This Mercedes has a dead battery.
Okay, do your breathing.
But he did it anyway.
There's nothing to worry about. It's like a sign from the big Mr. Goodwrench in the sky.
Will Les get the car home in one piece? Will his father leave Les in one piece?
You are damn lucky your mother didn't go into labor time. What?
License to drive.
Does it have a happy ending?
The Two Coreys, one of the saddest cases in Hollywood. But, man, that was a fun movie, though. That was a good movie. A lesser-known Coreys movie is this one, which might be my favorite of theirs.
What? Oh my God. Come on. Joel is really crazy about that young lady. You know, he's also a little bit on the edge when it comes to her, you know what I mean?
Bobby was just a normal teenager.
Is he okay? Ask him if he wants a Pop-Tart.
Until he bumped into Lainey and the Ettingers.
This wasn't supposed to happen. Oh my God. From him.
Now, Bobby has 3 days to find himself.
That's rude, mister.
To pass high school.
I just thought SAT meant Saturday afternoon test.
And steal his best friend's girl.
Well, maybe you're not her type. I'm every girl's type.
Or his future is history.
Thank you for a frightening, confusing, strange, and dangerous time. What more could a girl ask for?
Jason Robards, Corey Feldman, Piper Laurie, Meredith Salinger, Harry Dean Stanton, Corey Haim.
You were expecting maybe Freddy Krueger.
Dream a little dream.
Who here has seen this one? I mean, this one is really 80s. I mean, okay, people in the chat, stop talking about what the best movies of the 80s were. This stream is strictly about 80s vibe, the most 80s movie. It doesn't have to be a good movie, it just has to capture the essence of the 80s. Obviously, there were many, many great films made in the 80s. Yeah, Goonies. Yeah, let's look at the Goonies trailer. Has anybody seen Dream a Little Dream, though? This one was just, it's a really weird movie, but it's also, I don't know, like, it's a pretty cool movie. It is very, very 80s. I would say strange 80s. Very underrated. A lot of people have not seen this one. And, yeah, this is a Two Coreys movie that a lot of people haven't seen. But, yeah, Meredith Salinger in this one was... wow. Okay, so, let's go to Goonies.
Steven Spielberg presents The Goonies, a Richard Donner film.
Time, chunk.
Hey, Mike found the map! Whoa, do you guys realize what we could do? I don't want to go on any more of your crazy Goonie adventures.
Meet Mikey,
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Brand, Andy,
Shame. Come on, Brand. Slip her the tongue. That's disgusting. No, I can't even look.
Mouse,
I gotcha. Now get out from behind her. You're ruining the painting. You're ruining my joke.
Stephanie, Data,
Booty banger! Oh, guys, isn't that neat?
and Chunk.
It's locked.
They call themselves The Goonies. They've stumbled onto a legend, but they're not alone.
Chunk, I hope that was your stomach. No. That's the it. Sounds like Kong.
Discover what they uncover.
Rubies and emeralds and diamonds.
The lost map.
Oh, Chris started the tunnel.
The secret caves.
Hey, Mikey! You can hear me! Run! Run! They're coming after you!
The hidden clues.
Mikey!
The treacherous traps.
Hello, Sheriff. I'm at the Lighthouse Lounge, and I want to report a murder.
Just like that last prank about all those little creatures that multiply when you throw water on them.
Take the oath.
They're here! Somebody's coming!
Join the adventure as Steven Spielberg presents The Goonies, a Richard Donner film.
So yeah, another. This might be blaspheming for some. I never liked this movie. I never understood the hoopla over this movie. Yeah, it doesn't even seem that 80s to me. I mean, a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. Ryan says Breakfast Club is super high quality, but not uniquely 80s. It's 80s. So far. Oh man, this is so hard. I'm still leaning the Wraith for some reason. The soundtrack really pushes the Wraith. I really like the Wraith soundtrack. Dream a Little Dream has a great soundtrack too, though. I don't know, it's so tough. Flat Bob says Above the Law, it's got the 80s and it's got the Seagal. It doesn't really feel that 80s specifically, though. Maybe it's because just knowing the rest of Seagal's filmography was 90s. I mean, Above the Law starts off in Vietnam. And then it just, I don't know, it doesn't really feel that 80s. It feels more like an early 90s movie to me. So, yeah. Alright, what else we got here? I know I missed a few that people had called out that I have on the list here. Oh, okay. We have some more Molly Ringwald here.
I love this woman. I love this woman, and I have to tell her. And if she laughs, she laughs.
It makes it easier to bear.
Feel any better if I asked you to the prom?
His name's Blaine. He's so beautiful.
Blaine? Oh, that's a major appliance. That's not a name.
You won't regret it, no. Some girls, they don't forget it.
Does he have strong lips? Strong lips.
Too weird for me, you know. Maybe this shouldn't happen.
You know, maybe it doesn't happen all the time, but doesn't mean it isn't right, right?
This is not the time to get serious over some Nimrod.
He's gonna use you and then throw you away.
You're ashamed to be seen with
No,
me.
I am
You're
not.
ashamed to go out with me.
You like him, he likes you. What his friends think shouldn't make any difference.
I just want to let them know that they didn't break me.
Just don't write love songs like they used to. Oh.
Other than Breakfast Club, I actually didn't really like too many of John Hughes' movies. Yeah, not the biggest fan of this one, but a lot of people like it.
So, I mean, what's the story? I mean, you got a guy or?
Yes, 3 big ones, and they went blood.
Her name is Samantha Baker, and today is her 16th birthday.
Red, she's gotten her boobies.
Oh, I'd better go get my magnifying glass.
They forgot my birthday. Classic. This is the single worst day of my entire life.
Universal Pictures presents...
Score, a direct hit.
16 Candles.
You say it's your birthday. It's my birthday too.
The story of a girl who's stuck with a guy who's driving her crazy.
Nice manners, babe.
And stuck on a guy she's crazy about.
Who's Jake?
Jake Ryan?
Jake's my boy.
Jake is a senior, and he's beautiful and perfect. He doesn't even know you exist. He smiles at me and I don't say anything. Can't believe I'm such a jerk.
You quit feeling sorry for yourself. It's bad for your complexion.
You know Samantha Baker? Kids are looking at me a lot. It's kind of cool the way she's always looking at me. Maybe she's retarded.
What's happening, hot stuff?
His name is Long Duck Dong.
Nothing could shock me anymore.
Underpants.
Can I borrow your underpants for 10 minutes?
Girls' underpants.
Hate that rock and roll rubbish.
Everybody in this family has just gone totally out of limits.
You guys, you just gotta be cool. You just gotta chill out and just be cool. Just watch me. Why, you little scuzzbag.
I'll let you take Carolyn home. She's so blitz, she won't know the difference.
Jake, I don't have a car.
You can take mine.
I gotta get out of here before anything else terrible happens.
She's stuck between a half-wit
Very hot, very hot.
and a heartbreaker.
I want a serious girlfriend, somebody I can love, that's gonna love me back.
Pretty intense, huh?
Over.
Everyone she knows is either on her case
You know you're the one I want to buy, huh?
or out of their tree.
Bonsai!
It only happens once in a lifetime,
This has got to be a joke.
and once is enough.
Happy birthday, Samantha.
This is getting good.
16 Candles.
That was a really long trailer. Obviously fair use here, nothing but fair use on this stream. So, yeah, 16 Candles, probably the only other one other than Breakfast Club that I thought was pretty decent. I don't know. I mean, it's very, very 80s, but we got a lot of stuff that's 80s here.
This is Chet.
You remember me, Chet Ripley?
How you doing?
This is his family.
You can run around here naked as a bear and not worry about running into anybody.
This is Roman.
What a gas.
This is his family.
I'm waiting for the heads to rotate around and vomit pea soup.
They're about to spend 1 week together in the great outdoors.
We weren't invited.
They'll be tickled to death to see us. Who invited him anyway?
But this is no holiday.
The man is an ass.
This is war.
You wouldn't know a good time if it fell out of the sky, landed on your face, and started to wiggle.
Are you gonna argue, or are you gonna enjoy yourself?
Dan Aykroyd. John Candy. The Great Outdoors. Outdoor fun for the whole family.
That had to hurt.
The immortal John Candy. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, we got so many to go over here, man. Just so many. Yeah, Ryan, we went over Fast Times at the beginning. It's pretty good, but it was just so early 80s. They shot it in 81. If they told you they shot it in 79, would you be surprised? I mean, it wasn't 80. It's not 80s enough, in my opinion. I still have, Justin Johnson says Stand By Me is up there. Yeah, but that's a period film. It's not set in the 80s. Okay, so yeah, we got quite a few more here. Should we unleash the big guns? Let's start unleashing some of the big guns.
I said it before and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
What is so dangerous about a character like Ferris Bueller is he gives good kids bad ideas.
Well, why should he get to skip school when everybody else has to go?
Syphilitic meningitis?
He never gets caught.
This guy in my biology class said that if Ferris dies, he's giving his eyes to Stevie Wonder.
Well, he's very popular, Ed.
I recall Central Park in fall.
Ferris Bueller, do you know him? Yeah, he's getting me out of summer school.
They think he's a righteous dude.
Think you'll be alive this weekend?
I can see him denying popular belief, setting off on some impossible mission.
He jeopardizes my ability to effectively govern this student body.
He does whatever he wants,
You know, as long as I've known him, everything works for him.
whenever he wants.
He's very cool.
And he never gets nailed.
Ferris can do anything.
Oh, he's such a sweetie.
Wake up and smell the coffee, Mrs. Bueller. It's a fool's paradise. He is just leading you down the primrose path.
Matthew Broderick.
Bueller. Ferris Bueller.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Because life is too beautiful a thing. Waste.
Yeah, that's up there. Ferris Bueller's Day Off has to be up there. I mean, it is so 80s. That's got to be up there, man. Just the fun vibe of just the funness of the 80s, very well captured in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That's got to be up there.
The heat is in the music. The music sets you dancing. The dancing sets her free. Best Strong Pictures presents Dirty Dancing. She thought it would be just another summer vacation.
Who's that? Oh, them. They're the dance people.
But it turns out to be the time of her life.
Watch me now! I can't even do the merengue.
He teaches her what she can do.
I'm not sure who you are, but I don't want you to have anything to do with those people again.
Baby, I don't see you running up to Daddy telling him I'm your guy.
Will, with my father, it's complicated. I will tell him.
I don't believe you, baby.
She shows him all he can be.
You gotta stop it now.
I know what I'm doing, Penny.
I'm scared of everything. Most of all, I'm scared of walking out of this room and never feeling the rest of my whole life the way I feel when I'm with you.
What they learn from each other feels too good to be wrong. Dirty Dancing, starring Patrick Swayze, Jennifer Grey, and Cynthia Rhodes. Get ready for the time of your life.
So the movie's technically set in the 60s, but it just looks so 80s. I don't know what it is about it. It just looks so 80s. Oh wow, Nightshade Hathaway with Flashdance. I totally did not have that on my list since we're doing dance movies. Let me bring that up.
You walk out there, and the music starts, and you feel it. Your body just moves. There's something inside of you that just clicks, and you're gone. It's like you're somebody else for a while.
Her name is Alex. She works in a man's world. She dances in a world of her dreams. Flashdance. Flashdance. If a dream comes true just one time, it can change your life for all time.
Yeah, that might be the most Pittsburgh 80s movie ever. I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't put it as #1 all time for everything. But that might be the #1 Pittsburgh 80s movie. Oh, man. All right, so that's not the only Swayze we have. I think someone else mentioned this.
Can I buy you guys a drink? Can I buy you guys a drink? Guess not.
Patrick Swayze is
Dalton.
I thought you'd be bigger.
Opinions vary.
When he's around, anything can happen.
How does a guy like you end up a bouncer?
Just lucky, I guess.
And usually does.
If somebody gets in your face, I want you to be nice.
Don't be rude! Ask him to walk, but be nice. Help this gentleman to the door.
Until it's time to not be nice.
So says the fighting philosopher.
He may be hard to handle.
I keep talking, you're gonna go off thinking I'm a nice guy.
I know you're not a nice guy.
But he's easy to like.
What's the matter, Dalton? Don't you like women?
The worst I ever had was wonderful.
He's not what you'd expect.
I thought you'd be bigger.
But there's one thing you can count on. He's the best friend a good time ever had.
You guys tired?
Doc, I'll get all the sleep I need when I'm dead.
This is my town. I'm not afraid of him.
I guess you'll be having that fire sale now, all right?
You got your hands full, kid.
I just think I'm looking at a dead man.
Patrick Swayze.
For that line of work, I thought you'd be bigger.
Gee, I've never heard that before.
Roadhouse.
It's a little too westernish for my pick, but yeah, a little too western-ish for my pick. Let's get through some of these other ones. Let's get to some of the bigger powerhouse picks here. What out of all the trailers I played, where's everybody at so far? Here's one that doesn't get enough credit.
Here's a list of the players we'll be inviting to camp.
This guy here is dead.
Cross him off, then.
This season, the Cleveland Indians have a multi-talented team.
Willie Mays Hayes here. Play like Mays, and I run like Hayes. How you doing? What the hell league you been playing in?
California Penal.
Here's a swing and a bouncing ball.
What do you want me to do, die for it?
I want a team that'll help us relocate to Miami.
You want us to lose?
We've been losing. What I want is for us to finish dead last.
And Bobby Love.
Cindy Mancini and Ronald Miller live on the same street, but they're in totally different worlds.
Wouldn't you like to be popular?
Cindy's hot, Ronald's not, but he's got a plan that could change all that.
I want to rent you.
Rent me?
Yeah. You pretend you like me, and we go out for just a few weeks.
Just going out with me is not going to make you popular.
Well, I have $1,000. It says it will.
Now, the biggest social transformation in history
No hand-holding, no kissing, and I get my lunch hour off.
is about to begin.
Okay, Donald, we're ready.
Well, Cindy, one last thing.
Yeah.
My name is Ronald, not Donald.
I think that's Ronald Bueller. Didn't you used to mow our lawn?
Ronald's over in no man's land, and he's still alive.
He's going from totally geek
Totally chic.
Let's dance!
to totally out of control.
I have moves. All I ever did was think about you.
Say yourself. Don't change to please me.
Me change? Never.
It's the comedy that proves $1,000 can buy popularity, but it can't buy me love.
He's such a heartbreaker.
This is another 80s movie that doesn't really get enough attention, but I really like this one. It's very, very 80s. I like it more than most of the more popularly named movies. I mean, I like it more than most of the John Hughes movies, too. It's just something about this movie is pretty fun. But anyway, let's keep going here.
Two kids looking for a new thrill.
Hey, just like I promised.
Yeah, sure.
But this time, the thrill went too far. Crack has claimed another victim. Dealers are making up their own rules, and no one is able to stop them. Somebody has got to crack down.
Who are you? Dead.
Charles Bronson in the biggest death wish ever.
They have to be stopped, cousin.
Death Wish 4, The Crackdown.
Spent a small fortune buying information on the major drug dealers in Los Angeles.
I'll handle this my own way, no interference from you.
He's working to destroy the drug empire.
It's either him or us.
Now, Bronson is their target. The trap is set.
Here he comes.
The fuse is lit. Bronson is unleashed. Charles Bronson, Death Wish 4, The Crackdown.
I think I might be the only person in history that has played "Can't Buy Me Love" and Bronson's "The Death Wish 4" the Crackdown back to back. Charles Bronson is absolutely incredible. He's like the original Tom Cruise, doing all of his own stunts in his 50s and 60s. And yeah, I have a whole podcast coming on Bronson. We haven't discussed Charles Bronson enough. I mean, that guy was absolutely incredible. What a force. What a force. Yeah, all the Death Wishes were pretty good. So yeah, I mean, we're really getting here. I mean, that is definitely 90s. That's some 90s, drug side of the 90s. Let's keep going.
Now, a motion picture so grand, so magnificent, and so vast, it spans 7,000 years.
No way! Yes way!
But it starts with Bill.
I'm Bill S. Preston!
Who was Joan of Arc? And Ted.
Noah's wife? We're in danger of flunking most heinously tomorrow.
A force from the future.
Can we go anywhere we want at any time?
You can do anything you want.
Is putting history at their fingertips.
Let's reach out and touch someone.
They're traveling through time.
How's it going, Royal Ugly Dudes?
Put them in the Iron Maiden.
Excellent!
Execute them.
Bogus. How's it going, dude?
Faites-le thé au lait.
And they're making a big impression.
Historical babes.
Now they're home.
Everybody get together, remember who your buddy is.
To trash the 20th century.
We got a live one here.
Keanu Reeves, Alex Winter, Napoleon.
We're from history.
Billy the Kid.
Oh my God!
Joan of Arc. Sigmund Freud.
Tell me about your mother.
You a musician?
Beethoven.
Genghis Khan!
Abraham Lincoln.
Party on, dudes!
Socrates. George Carlin.
We're history.
If you guys are really us, what number are we thinking of? 69, dudes!
Bill and Ted's
Excellent! Excellent!
Excellent Adventure.
Party on, dude.
Again, this might seem like blasphemy, but I just really did not like this movie. It's pretty 80s. It's pretty 80s, but it's just so dumb. I can't watch this movie. Alright, I'm gonna unleash probably a top 5 next that nobody has named thus far, which is kind of surprising because it doesn't get much more 80s than what I'm about to put on the screen right now. Truth Trollette says this is why we no longer have phone booths. Oh, man. Alright, I hope everybody's sitting down for this one. Brace yourselves for some serious 80s vibe here.
There's something you want badly. Are you sure you know what it is?
Just give me a chance.
It's never gonna be great.
That's up to you, isn't it? Keep working. Make it better.
You got nothing! You had an opportunity, and you blew it. You gave up!
What about you?
He thinks he let you down.
He hasn't let me down. It's just the opposite.
If you quit now, you'll just be a loser. First it's a scholarship, now it's this. What's next, me?
I will turn around, try to understand all of the feelings I said. If you're serious, love is dangerous. It changes my world every day. Believe it, believe it. And we all just need the same things. I'll tell you what I know. We're heading in the same direction.
American Anthem, the new vision of love and triumph from the director of Purple Rain. Featuring the music of Mr. Mister, Stevie Nicks, Andy Taylor, John Parr, and In Excess.
So how 80s was that, people? This is number one so far out of everything played. And by the way, this is Janet Jones. This is Wayne Gretzky's wife. Another one of these rare 10s. So far, I think I only have Vanity from The Last Dragon. And I think I'd have to add Janet Jones here to the list of perfect 10. I mean, this, yeah. I don't know if she did. She did quite a few films, actually, but she was a dancer in Staying Alive and Grease, too. She was also in the 1982 movie Annie as a dancer. She was also in The Beastmaster, wow. She's been in a couple movies, but this is probably, I mean, I would say this is definitely her best movie. But yeah, has anybody seen anything more 80s than that so far? I mean, this is 80s. Oh, Nightshade Hathaway with some serious brownie points. Vision Quest, obviously, that's on the list.
Shoot this year, Coach.
Shoot? Nobody wants to wrestle shoot.
I think this is a big mistake, man.
Hey, shoot!
Do I know you?
Loud Swain, Thompson High.
Think you'll make a weight?
I don't know. Hope so.
Hope so too. 60 seconds on the mat, and you're dog meat.
Get the mat. I'm ready.
You? You won't ever be ready for me.
I'm ready for you now.
68 pounds even, step off. 168 even.
Oh.
Yeah!
Right in the shoe.
At first, all Loudon Swain could think of was getting in shape. But since he met the girl of his dreams, all he can think of is her shape.
You're not from around here, are you? What, are you kidding me? Trenton, New Jersey. She doesn't have any transportation or any place to stay or anything, and I was wondering, maybe we can ask her to stay with us. Night, guys.
And now that she's moved into his house,
who's that girl?
He can't keep his mind on what he's doing.
The girl of my dreams lives under my own roof. I see her every day, but she thinks I'm a kid. Immature, a dumb jock. All of which is more or less true.
Wanna know what turns me on? Hands. Really big hands.
And he certainly can't do what's on his mind.
You know that sexual intercourse burns up 200 calories a shot? By the way.
But give the guy a break. When you're in love, you can do some seriously crazy things. This is the new film from the executive producers of Flashdance. Vision Quest.
Yeah, someone was trying to pull a fast one with the first trailer. They labeled it original theatrical trailer. It was like their custom trailer, but this is the actual original theatrical trailer, and it doesn't do the film justice at all. But so far, I got American Anthem at #1, but it does have some strong competition.
Top Gun was created to teach ACM, air combat maneuvering, dogfighting.
In case some of you wonder who the best is, they're up here on this plaque on the wall. The best driver in his reel from each class has his name on it. You think your name's gonna be on that plaque?
Yes, sir.
I like that in the pilot.
Talk to me, Goose.
Roger, I got him. Contact 20 left at 30 miles, 900 knots closure.
I crack myself up.
You need any help? With what? You figured it out yet? What's that? Who's the best pilot? No, I think I can figure that one out on my own. I heard that about you. You like to work alone.
I'm Charlotte Blackwood.
I'm Maverick.
You're a pilot.
That's right, a naval aviator.
Mayday, mayday. Mav's in trouble. He's in a flat spin. He's heading out to sea.
What you do up there, it's dangerous.
I am dangerous.
Tell him to land that plane. That's an order.
Ghost Rider, you are instructed to land. Land immediately.
What you should have done was land your plane. Son, your ego is writing checks your body can't cash.
Gentlemen, this school is about combat. There are no points for second place.
On May 16th, see the most dangerous movie of 1986, Tom Cruise, Kelly McGillis, Top Gun.
Pretty 80s. I don't know. I'm going to have to give the edge to American Anthem. What's everybody thinking right now? I mean, American Anthem is like light years ahead of Breakfast Club and John Hughes movies. American Anthem is #1 so far, but there's actually even more stiff competition. It's very, very stiff. But what's everybody thinking so far? We don't got that many more. We're going to be wrapping up soon. There's a couple more we got to go over, and then we'll do a poll. And I'll give my #1 top pick. But so far, it's American Anthem for me.
There isn't any room at the top for local girls like us.
I'm not giving up.
In the land of opportunity,
They're not gonna give you no shot test. They're gonna shoot you.
where dreams are won and lost,
Spray me down?
Sorry?
Well, I can't very well walk around my own party clinging.
someone's about to get what she deserves.
I know I'm asking an awful lot, Tess, but I don't know what else to do. I need you to take over.
Do me a favor, be me. Be my secretary. You do, sir? Thank you, Cynthia.
Hold all calls, Miss McGill?
Yes, Cynthia, thank you.
Can I get you anything, Mr. Trainer? Coffee, tea, me?
Isn't she right? That'll be all, Cynthia.
But how you look.
I have a head for business and a bod for sin. Is there anything wrong with that?
No. 20th Century Fox presents Harrison Ford.
Last night was special.
It wasn't so special. I had to carry you up 3 flights of stairs.
Sigourney Weaver.
This woman is my secretary.
She's not?
Oh, no? Ask her.
Melanie Griffith.
How about you? I'm flat broke. I'm crazy about a man that I will probably never see again. Well, besides that.
In a new film directed by Mike Nichols.
I'm telling you, she's your man.
Working Girl.
You know, maybe I just don't like you.
Me? Nah.
Now, Illuminati feminist psyop aside, this movie captured 80s New York pretty well. Pretty well for the vibe. All right, there's actually I think there's only one that has remained unnamed so far. That's a really, really heavy hitter. We're almost done. A couple more. Oh, actually, The Last Dragon we were talking about. Obviously, that's a contender.
A martial arts champion in search of the glow.
Master, I need more time.
I am no longer your master.
A rock and roll star on the rise.
I know what it's like to lose precious things.
A madman.
Shogun of Harlem.
A maniac.
You're gonna put my video on your show, aren't you?
The answer is no.
And the glamour, the power, and the sound of Motown.
I don't want you to kill anybody.
Are you out of your mind? The Leroy Green I'm looking for is a little punk who thinks he's a kung fu master.
I am no master.
You sure look like a master to me.
This is Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon. It's about the power of the glow. Timok, Vanity. Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon, directed by Michael Schultz, a Motown Productions picture from TriStar.
Yeah, this is getting really difficult. How do you not have Last Dragon up there? I mean, that is so 80s. I still have to give it to American Anthem. American Anthem has more 80s music montages, both training, performing, random montages out of nowhere. It looks like an 80s music video from start to finish. And it's just absolutely incredible. It makes Rocky 4 montages look like they're, there's barely any in Rocky 4. I Am Ion's Cat dropping some big ones. Bloodsport kind of took place in Hong Kong, though, so it's not really like American 80s. I mean, it's pretty 80s in general, but it took place in Hong Kong, so. Alright, couple more here.
Meet Chris Parker. Getting ready for the greatest night of her life.
Hi.
I gotta cancel. Now she's stuck babysitting the Anderson kids. Sarah.
Mom got Chris to babysit for me.
Chris? Her brother Brad.
Oh my.
His best friend Daryl.
Who is this kid?
Stray dog.
Take good care of my baby. I'll guard her with my life.
What could possibly go wrong?
Chris, I'm in trouble. Hang up and sit down. I'll be there in half an hour.
This is the night when things go from bad to worse.
Big city, scum sucker.
To ridiculous.
Wanna go to bed?
Hey, I like danger.
You should try babysitting.
And this is only the beginning.
Your friend is dead.
Chris can handle it.
Sarah's probably hanging from the rafters by now.
Sarah, hold on! I'm still in control here.
You could say they were having a bad night.
Any problems? No, not really.
If they weren't having such a good time. Adventures in Babysitting.
Think your parents will ever ask me to babysit again?
If they do, I'd ask them for $1 more an hour.
That's a fun one. Can't have an 80s discussion without this one. Adventures in Babysitting. Couple more here. There's one that hasn't been named yet either that's definitely up there. But let's see. We're getting to the finalists here.
Class of 1984.
Take a look at my face. I am the future. How do you like what you see? Take a look at my face. I belong to the future.
Class of 1984. Their only goal is power.
I run this school, man.
Their only law is survival.
If you want to survive around here, you have got to learn to look the other way.
Their only allegiance is to themselves.
Still believe in all that bullshit that holds it together.
I pledge allegiance!
Wise. Should have done me right. Like this. Hey, look what he done, man! He tried to kill me!
Somebody's got to stop this insanity.
Oh, you simply cannot afford to fail this class. Now, what is the answer? Ah, I am the future. I am the future. I am the future.
But you've taught before and nothing like this has ever happened.
All right, I gotta deal with it. Who's gonna protect you?
You're getting worried, teacher.
I'm gonna play some more later.
He's one man trained to deal with students, but they've pushed him to the limit. They've gone too far. Now he's going to give the class of 1984 the lesson they deserve. Class of 1984. Is this the future?
Take a look at my face. I belong to the future.
A little bit on the dark side, but that's a fun one from the 80s. I haven't seen too many people talk about. Here's another one that doesn't get enough love.
Meet Morgan Hiller.
First day in a new school. You ready for it?
I always.
Meet Morgan Hiller.
First day in a new school. You ready for it?
I always.
He's got an attitude.
There's no bike riding on campus.
Well, I was just sort of hoping I could take a quick ride through history. You mind taking those off? I'd like to see who I'm talking to.
They've got a problem.
Let go of me!
Not until you tell me what your name is.
He lives in two worlds.
I'm sure Patty and Alan will vouch for us.
Always behind enemy lines.
You are not now, nor were you ever members of this club.
Just when I thought we were getting to be good friends.
Tough turf.
They took your car. I don't own a car, man.
He's a loner on a roll. An outsider on the edge. Caught between a dangerous loser.
Give his bike back.
And the girls they both love.
She belongs to Nick.
Come on, Jimmy. Lincoln freed the slaves.
Yeah, I thought you were going with such a nice, respectable guy.
I could just ice you right now.
They can't shut him down.
Body heat on contact.
And they can't cool him off.
Hello. You!
I figure if I wait long enough, maybe I can...
Get lucky?
Tough turf.
Nobody takes anything that I own. Nobody.
He stands alone, and one way or the other,
Well, I hate to tell you, big brother, but the rules have changed. What is it, Sir Will?
he's going to make this town his own. He's always been a rebel. Now, he's about to become a hero. Tough Turf. Featuring music by Southside Johnny, Lena Lovitch, Marianne Faithfull, Jim Carroll, and Jack Mack and the Heart Attack.
Yeah, I thought
Nick. Come on, Jimmy. Lincoln freed the slave.
Do movies get more 80s than this? Nobody talks about this movie. This is a top 80s film right here. I mean, look at this. I mean, this is straight 80s. It doesn't get much more 80s than this. You never saw this, Nightshade Holloway? Oh, this is... You'll be in for a treat. This is one of the most 80s movies ever. So right now, I think I might have to put this in number 2. I think I might have to rank it American Anthem, and then I think I have to go Tough Turf at number 2 here. I mean, this one's pretty incredible. I was actually so surprised because it's such an under-the-radar movie. But if you like 80s movies, oh man, this one is an absolute treat. Couple more here. I don't know if I should unleash... let's see what I got here. There's a couple more. These are the real heavy hitters now.
What's going on here, my friend?
This is the emergency broadcast system. We are under attack by conventional forces of the Russian army. It is believed the lead waves were disguised as commercial charter flights. Communications have broken down with other parts of the country. Large areas of the Midwest may have been overrun.
They know who all of you are. They're looking for you.
You're 40 miles behind enemy lines.
I just want to go home. They took a lot of people away.
Where's my dad, Mr. Eckert?
Want to love somebody, Andy. I'm gonna die before it happens.
George!
They're gonna kill us! All of us!
So why should we be different?
Because we live here.
Not bad for a bunch of kids, huh?
Mama'd be real proud.
I need to watch this movie again. I haven't seen this in forever. You know, it's kind of crazy. I think Charlie Sheen has more movies in contendership than anybody else here. This is crazy. This is, yeah, this is really crazy stuff. Alright, let's get to some of the ones we didn't get to, from some of these, 80s comedies. I got Revenge of the Nerds here, which was the top one, but there's a couple more here.
20th Century Fox would like to introduce you to 20th Century Fox would like to introduce you to Pee-wee and his pals.
Speaking of horny mother.
Tommy, Mickey, Tim,
What's going tonight, right? I don't know.
and the biggest man on campus.
Why do they call you meat? Because it's so big?
When they're not in class, they're into everything.
Save your energy, you're gonna need it.
Okay. Okay, pull over.
But what they'd like to get into most is a place called Porky's.
I left my ID at home. Here, use this one. That's my Bible school card.
Unfortunately, we can only show you the outside of Porky's, because what goes on inside is not to be believed.
Boy, the locker room. Oh, it turned me on.
We'd like to show you more of the locker room, but this kind of physical education just isn't taught. We can't show you more of the shower scene, because what they're looking at isn't watered down.
They want us to look. They want us to look.
Porky. You too will be back for a second look.
Columbia Pictures proudly presents a minor motion picture event. A film with absolutely no redeeming social value whatsoever. A film that has won not 5, not 3, but absolutely no Academy Award nominations. A film that luminaries like Bergman, Fellini, Spielberg, and Lucas had absolutely nothing to do with. A film that every critic in America has unanimously hailed as a motion picture. This is Hard Bodies, the film that will teach you important new words like hard bodies.
It means perfect little foxes down on the beach.
BBD.
It's a bigger and better deal.
And wuss.
Yeah, she said we got a lot more class than an immature boy like you. Oh, man. That wuss. That wuss.
It will answer important questions.
Where became a romance?
You want romance? Read a novel. You want me? I'm upstairs.
Expand your language skills.
My friend Rag here, he's multilingual. He's flipping you off in 48 languages.
Explore the wonders of nature.
Look at these hamstrings, this gluteus maximus. This is the body of the 80s. To travel where no man has gone before.
And how to effectively plan your day.
First, we'll make love. Then we'll go for a jog. And then we can come back and make love again until we bounce off the wall.
Sound like your eggs.
Hard Bodies is stuffed with fine dialogue.
Is over easy okay?
Lavish costumes. The latest in special effects.
Well, is everything turned on now?
Everything is now.
And an important message for all.
Party, 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 party.
It runs about an hour and a half, raves the Encino Gazette. It's shot with movie film, just like E.T., says the Schenectady World Bulletin. And Utah Today calls it absolutely the best film we have seen this afternoon. If you see only one movie this year, then go see this one also. Hard Bodies. If you don't know what they are, you don't know what you're missing.
I mean, I think this one is way more 80s than like Fast Times at Ridgemont High or Valley Girl. Valley Girl does belong in the conversation, but I think Hard Bodies is it's more 80s. I think it might even be more 80s than Revenge of the Nerds. I think I have to have this film pretty up there for those that haven't seen it. It's a little bit more under the radar. People don't really talk about it like Porky's or some of these other films, but I think it's up there.
Ow, gag me, how could you?
For sure. Brody. Besides, it's totally gnarly birth control.
I can't stand it. Okay, so he's awesome.
Valley Girl.
She's out there somewhere.
This is the story of a boy from Hollywood who never dreamed the girl he'd want most was down here.
Hello.
Hello. Who invited you?
Oh, wow, you mean you have to be invited? Well, that explains it.
What?
Well, everyone is dressed weird. See, if I had been invited, I would have known this was a costume party.
Right.
It's the story of a girl from the Valley who never dreamed she'd ever be seen with a boy from over here.
Like, I'm not getting out of this car.
All right, but when they attack the car, save the radio. So when can I see you again?
I'm here with you now.
I know.
This is the story of Randy and Julie, the way they come together, and the people who try to pull them apart.
Like, don't you think they have parties over there? Oh, where? At the zoo?
This geek that she's with could scar her for life.
God. For life?
If you think she's confused, you should see her father.
I'm together now. Be right there.
Julie's cool. Randy's hot. She's from the Valley. He's not. Valley Girl.
Oh, bitchin', is this in 3D? No, but your face is.
I'll stop the world and melt with you. Stop the world. You've seen the difference and it's getting better.
I'm not a fan of the movie. Also, again, I kind of lean away from early 80s just because the 80s weren't fully established in all of the 80s glory until closer to the mid to late 80s, in my opinion. Alright, so let's get, Court of Public Opinion likes Valley Girl. I mean, come on, though. Is anything more 80s thus far than American Anthem? I mean, I think it's a no contest so far. I got, out of the trailers that we played, I still got a couple more. We got some really big ones coming up, the heaviest hitters so far. So, yeah, I got American Anthem, Tough Turf. I don't even know what I would put at number 3. This is so difficult. This is so hard. I don't even know what I would have at number 3. But there's a couple more to go over here, so brace yourself.
This summer, when you think vacation, think National Lampoon's Vacation. See the real America.
Hey, underpants. Hey, yellow.
It's friendly.
Okay, I'm okay.
Don't you want to look at the Grand Canyon?
It's educational.
It's great.
And most of all, it's fun.
The dog went on the picnic basket.
Let Chevy Chase, Beverly D'Angelo, Imogene Coca, Randy Quaid, John Candy, and Christy Brinkley.
Well, are you gonna go for it?
This is crazy, this is crazy, this is crazy.
Take you for a ride. This summer, when you think vacation, think National Lampoon's Vacation.
Better check under the hood.
A lot of people like that one. Again, I don't think it's 80s enough. All right, so let's get into the heavy hitters here. The really heavy hitters.
What are the odds on Lincoln Hawks pitch?
20 to 1, pal. Real long shot.
Locks? Let's go.
The world meets nobody halfway. Remember that.
I don't have a father, sir.
The world has always bet against Lincoln Hawks.
This guy's nothing.
Why'd you leave us?
It won't happen again.
What my grandson found, I don't care how you do it. Do it.
But a winner never listens to the odds.
Whatever happens, I want you to stay with him.
Where'd we end up?
Together is all I can guarantee.
You ain't got a prayer in Vegas.
You never had anything, so you have nothing to lose.
All I want to do is hurt him, cripple him, get him off the table.
All I care about is you.
You're my boy, you understand?
The world beats nobody halfway. Now is the time to do for yourself.
I'm all you.
Over the top, Dad! Over the top!
Sylvester Stallone, Over the Top.
Now, this is one of the most 80s movies ever made. I mean, you got montages, you got the underdog story. Now, it's a little bit too trucker for me to really rank it at the very top, because obviously there were truckers in the 80s, but when people think 80s culture, they don't really think truck drivers driving across the country, but still, honorable mention here. Alright, now we're going to get to the really, really big guns.
The movie that's fresh and hot with high energy, dancing to the beat with a scratch mix sound that comes from the street. This movie is unique.
You've got the talent. She ain't no street dancer.
So go and tell your peers the movie you long for is finally here with action, style,
looking at death, man.
Come on, sucker, right now.
She was good.
I'm better.
Who do you think you are anyway, Fred Astaire? Who?
Don't be mistaken, you've got to see Breakin. Party people in the place to be! This is what you've all been waiting to see. Electric Boogaloo, the ultimate show with Kelly, Ozone, and Turbo. Electric Boogaloo is breakdance too. Guess who? Electric Boogaloo's action dance, the best you'll get. If you like breakdance when you ain't seen nothing yet.
I'll finish you, your friends, and your whole damn neighborhood.
This time there is an enemy, so they must unite. Because to say what you believe in, sometimes you must fight.
You lost your edge.
Try me.
Electric Boogaloo's the greatest, nothing can compete. And once you've seen this movie, you'll believe in the beat. A Golden Globus production. Another good one from Canada.
So, obviously, Breaking 2, Electric Boogaloo, I think that's more 80s than Part 1. Obviously, Part 1's the better movie. I'm actually not a fan of Part 2. But in terms of 80s vibe, I mean, that's a tough one. I'm still leaning American Anthem, just because it's cooler. But I mean, this is over the top. Alright, yeah, I Am Iron Scat. We went over Dirty Dancing and Roadhouse as well, and Back to the Future. Alright, so before we get to Rad, which, by the way, Ryan Galt spoiled it all. Rad was actually my top pick for the most 80s movie ever. But before we get to the Rad trailer, there's another dark horse here that nobody has mentioned.
I mean, it's ridiculous to think that there's going to be anything in 30 years.
I don't know what's worse, you know?
Being blown up in a nuclear war or having a 7-Eleven on every corner.
You want us to be just like you? Think maybe if I had your haircut, I could sell more policies? Or maybe if I had your mouth, I could close a deal every day?
Give him a break.
Giving them too many.
They love you, you know? Yeah, they don't know what to think of me. Maybe I am as bad as they say.
Who says?
Everyone.
You're different.
They're living under this illusion that life as we know it is going to continue forever.
I'm in trouble.
You got a B+ in calculus?
It's just murder. It was an accident.
They killed my brother.
You're not listening to me.
No, you're the one who's not listening.
It was a suicide.
They killed my brother.
No one knows anything except a kid on a skateboard.
It happened right here. I'm not lying.
You gotta hear what it sounds like from where I'm standing.
Everybody knows that you're blaming yourself for the way that he died, but I just want you to know that your friends, they still think about you.
Somebody had to shake their tree. You said so yourself.
Oh, yeah. By the rules.
You got your team, I got mine. guess we all do unexpected things sometimes, don't we?
Taming the Cube.
Someone mentioned this? I didn't see anybody mention this in the chat. Oh, Scott Hawkins said he mentioned it? I didn't see you mention it. Okay, wow. The Dark Horse. Okay, so here was my top pick, which is Red.
His name is Crew.
Ain't good looking.
BMX is his world. Rad is his way of life.
The world would be a lot better off without him.
We're here for the biggest and most important bicycle motocross event ever held, Hell Track.
This is a very important race.
The very finest riders in the country are here, riding for some $100,000.
Hell Track in this big town. They've got to be kidding. This is a joke.
I really think I can get this one. I think I've got a chance.
I don't want to hear any more about it.
Everyone's on his case.
Get that. The paperboy thinks he's a pro.
He's nothing next to Bart Taylor.
He's got the style.
There's something about the way you ride so naturally.
And he's going to prove it.
I've never seen such raw determination and talent in one kid.
Against the factory hotshots.
Looks like the local yokel's gonna race after all.
It's gonna take a miracle to beat this guy.
Against the big money fixers.
All you have to do is take out that kid.
Against impossible odds.
You scared now? This guy doesn't even stand a chance.
Yeah, I am.
He's going for it all. Rad.
Yeah, this is really tough. But just on the surface, Rad was my top pick. But I don't know. Let's watch American Anthem. Let's watch the American Anthem trailer again. I mean, I really don't know here.
There's something you want badly. Are you sure you know what it is?
Just give me a chance.
It's never going to be great.
That's up to you, isn't it? Keep working. Make it better. You got nothing! You had an opportunity, and you blew it. You gave up!
What about you?
He thinks he let you down.
He hasn't let me down. It's just the opposite.
If you quit now, you'll just be a loser. First it's a scholarship, now it's this. What's next, me?
I will turn around, try to understand all of the feelings I said. If you're serious, love is dangerous. It changes my world every day. Believe it, believe it. And we all just need the same things. I'll tell you what I know. We're heading in the same direction.
American Anthem, the new vision of love and triumph from the director of Purple Rain. featuring the music of Mr. Mister, Stevie Nicks, Andy Taylor, John Parr, and INXS.
Yeah, this is so hard. I really don't know here. I really don't know. Man, so in the top we got American Anthem. We got Breakin' 2, Electric Boogaloo. We got Tough Turf. I don't want to sleep on Tough Turf. That's crazy. And let's not forget Last Dragon. I mean, The Last Dragon has to be up there. I mean, I don't know how we're going to decide. Yeah, I mean, Flashdance, I don't think Flashdance is good enough. Not enough montages. Yeah, the poll doesn't give you a lot of options, but yeah, American Anthem's up there, Breakin' 2, Last Dragon, or if you pick, you can pick other for something else. Well, I think Breakin' 2 is more 80s than Breakin' 1. Breakin' 1's the way better movie. So yeah, I mean, see, I just don't like the really early 80s just because I don't think it captures the spirit of the 80s that good. Like anything released in 81, 82, 83, that's too close to the 70s, too close to 79. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think I have to lean American Anthem, because if you're picking a movie over American Anthem and you haven't seen American Anthem, that's not really fair, is it? Because I've seen American Anthem. It's as 80s as it gets. I think American Anthem is more 80s than Breakin' 2. Breakin' 2 is just so focused on obviously the breakdancing. I mean, that's obviously a big part of the 80s, but it's not all of the 80s. Like, American Anthem even has like a techno montage. I mean, American Anthem has everything. Alright, let me just play one little scene from American Anthem for people who just don't understand the 80s-ness of American Anthem. Actually, better yet, let me play the music video for American Anthem.
Hi,
Hello,
my name's Steve.
Julie. Well, I have to go find my friend.
All right, I'll see you around.
Okay.
the whole movie is like a music video. I mean, it's just absolutely, it's absolutely incredible. Fair use, obviously. I mean, just absolutely incredible. I also forgot Rad in the poll. I think, I don't know. I think I have to go American Anthem #1, Rad #2, Last Dragon #3, and I know this might seem blasphemous, but Breakin' 2 all the way at #4, and then Tough Turf at #5. Those are my rankings. Let's finish the video here to wrap this up.
So easily. Always dug the colored hair. Always loved the clothes you wear. I can't say that you tell me home. Why not stay all night long? Take it easy on yourself. Take it easy. There ain't no one else. Don't give me reason.
Yeah, I don't think people should be voting if you haven't seen all of these movies. If you think Valley Girl is more 80s than American Anthem, then you haven't seen American Anthem. I mean, it's as 80s as it gets. So I'm going to end the poll here. And, yeah. I mean, that's everybody's homework. Go watch American Anthem. I mean, it's got it all. It's got dirt bikes. It's got Jeeps. It's got dance scenes. It's got training scenes. It's got backflips. It's got breakdancing. It's got techno synthesizers. I mean, it's got the trainer from Rocky 4. So yeah. Yeah, man, I think I have to put American Anthem as #1. But Rad is up there, too. I mean, Rad is right there as well. And, yeah, Last Dragon up there, too. Everybody should watch Tough Turf as well. That's really underrated. But I hope we actually got somewhere tonight. I think this might have been the most in-depth podcast on what the most 80s movie is. As always, thanks for joining us on another edition of the MINDSHOCK podcasts. And the 80s, obviously, a staple of discussion, possibly the last great decade, possibly the 90s. You could also check out our podcast on which was the better decade, the 80s or the 90s. If you want to help support the podcast, you can donate to our PayPal. Check the link in the description. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like and share it to Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, Patreon. This is Bruce McGuire, signing off. Catch you guys next time.